You know, it's all about creating experiences that last a lifetime. And whatever we can do with our spaces, with our region, with our partners and programming, we'll continue to do more of.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Karl Weisecker, Principal Broker at Kline Realty, and I thank you for joining me for another Kline Realty podcast. My guest today is a friend of mine, Matthias Smith, who is the Executive Vice President at Great Eastern Resorts, locally known as Massanutten, although his responsibilities extend beyond that now. But we're going to talk mostly about Massanutten and the incredible amount of things that are going on there right now. So thank you so much for joining me, Matthias.
Great to be with you, Karl. I
Yeah.
think this is our first time not in the dirt.
Right,
Hanging out together. No
exactly.
shovels, no picks.
Right. He's talking about building bike trails, riding bikes, that kind of thing. Yeah, so much going on at Massanutten. You know, I raised my family at Massanutten. I ski there, bike there. I've always been very tied to it. And wow, you guys are really blowing up now with all kinds of diverse projects.
We're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a good way.
A lot of fun. Absolutely.
Right. Coming up the mountain, the first thing that is going to strike people now is some beginnings of new construction on the right-hand side that's going to be your 55 and over community.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what your vision is for that and then what the timeline is for folks actually getting to live there.
Well, we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's been great to see. And as you said, it's actually not so much right when you go in from 33. That'll be the sales center.
Mm-hmm.
And the interim one is right when you go up the hill. But the main area that we're developing is up by Woodstone Golf. Gotcha. So you go up a little bit further, 600 rooftops ultimately.
Wow.
And we're starting to pick up pace, which is great. Sold our first lots at the end of the year, and we'll be ramping that up throughout the winter. And, you know, it'll be a phased basis like it is everywhere else. But it's a really exciting project for us. I mean, I think when we looked at where we could grow, we wanted to be true to who we are, where we can really offer real value. And the 55 plus community seemed like a really great entry for us. I think from what we'll look at in terms of experiences is what you hope and dream for with an active adult community. You know, really embracing the resort that we have, the lifestyle, the active amenities. It's something that's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll see it really be implemented over the next 5 years.
Great. We're going to have a mix of single family and attached housing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Any new amenities down in that area?
We'll are working on that now, actually. They'll have their own dedicated pickleball facility. I mean, I think no community is complete without pickleball. Right. You've got the mountains, you've got ski, you've got mountain biking, but where's our pickleball?
Right.
And so that's underway now. They'll have their own dedicated clubhouse and pool. And I think all of it's about how do we curate what we have on the mountain, find ways to integrate our resources, experiences, and amenities, and then create things that are distinct to Bluestone Peak. And so we're excited about all of it.
I bet. Yeah. Seems like a great idea right there at a resort. Yeah. What could be better? You know, when the 55 and over concept first started way back in the 80s, that was like a way to ease into a much slower pace of life. And I think now 55 is when you want to be out being active and staying active.
Well, I'm pretty close to that, 55. And I have no chance of slowing down. I'm trying to speed up each year.
Exactly.
You're exactly right. Well, back in the 80s, I think that's when your physical trainer was somebody on a VHS tape. So things have evolved. Yeah, we're much more committed to health.
Absolutely.
And to vibrant living.
Absolutely. Yeah. What a great place. So you mentioned Woodstone Golf. I know the Waterpark is expanding and you've got a new hotel. What do folks have to look forward to there?
Yeah, gosh, there really is a lot going on, isn't there? The Waterpark Hotel we're building now, that should be ready sometime late summer or fall. That's going to be an amazing facility. Really excited about that. Have a fantastic designer that we've used for some of our condos. They're based in Orlando, but then a lot of great work for us. They're doing an all nautical and water theme for the hotel, which should be terrific. You'll walk in, you'll see digital waterfalls, all of our mascots in play, a real kind of open, vibrant feel. And then when you go inside the rooms, there'll be, it's I think catering to two parts. One part business, and we think there's a lot of opportunity to have meetings be a little bit less stodgy, a little bit less stuffy, a little bit more fun. And then of course it needs to be a good water park hotel. Yeah. So we'll have themed bunk bedrooms that'll kind of follow different nautical themes and inland water themes, which will be a lot of fun. And it's really going to be a special place. Not only how it's attached to an expanding water park. The water park's, by the way, going to about double. But then it'll be kind of a central facility. So people really will have a resort within a resort.
Wow. Disney in the Valley.
Disney in the Valley. Right. Yeah, it's exactly right.
Nice.
You know, it's all about creating experiences that last a lifetime. And whatever we can do with our spaces, with our region, with our partners and programming, we'll continue to do more of.
Yeah. Sounds great. Sounds
Oh,
great.
thanks. Look forward to having you there.
Yeah, we'll drop by.
Yeah.
What I've been involved with, I've seen just up on the ski slopes, I've seen some great expansion there.
Yeah.
People have been buzzing about the mountain coaster for a while and
Yeah.
looking forward to that coming on. What's on the horizon up at the top of the
Well, I
mountain?
think first on skiing and mountain sports, it's really about good snowmaking.
Yeah.
And
Boy,
we
they
have
do
been
such a
so
good
blessed.
job.
We made a commitment about 10 years ago to really accelerate the progress there. And it started with a water pipeline and then all the
Right.
machinery and pipes. And we're really proud of what we've got. I mean,
Yeah.
it is something now that I think it's a market leader and it shows. And you go out there on a morning after a cold night and it is really fantastic conditions.
It really is, yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. We've obviously expanded terrain in the last few years. We'll
Right.
continue to do more of that. The market's been supportive. So as long as there's interest and engagement, we're going to continue doing it. And
Fantastic.
selfishly, as a writer,
Yeah.
there's a double benefit. We're able to grow the business and grow the impact to the customer, but it's a lot of fun for ourselves as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You asked about the mountain coaster, and
Yeah.
that's going to
Can't
be
wait for
a
that.
lot of fun. I mean, that is one that's been quite the project.
Yeah.
It's one that now will span over a road and have two loops that go over it. You'll really get an amazing view of the mountains. And I think that's all about adding different elements for fun, not only in season and skis. So you want to do something at night, you've got it there.
Right.
But in those shoulder seasons when, it's not quite warmed up, the snow's gone, what are something to do? And
Right.
that's what this coaster will be about. And we're doing a lot more of that where we've got these activities that are seasonally diverse that you can do throughout the time.
Yeah. Yeah. True four-season place.
True four-season place. That's the
Yeah,
hope.
I love it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You've worked on and talked about the Western Slope
Yeah.
quite a bit and the long-term partnership there with the Bike Coalition. And that, I think, is kind of a good way to begin talking about your outreach to the community. I think that partnership, the fact that local volunteers can come and dig up private property and build trails where there is some element of risk and lots of fun, and Great Eastern finds a way to allow that and allow us to do that is absolutely tremendous. A great year-round example of a local community partnership, let alone all of the economic benefit from the thousands of visitors every week.
Well, first, thanks for all that you do, those efforts. You really do a
It's fun.
tremendous job. Yeah, you make it fun, you make it easy, you bring teams of people together to make a real impact on our mountains. And how neat is that?
It's
That
great.
we get to really contribute and enhance the resources that we all enjoy, whether we're on bikes or
Right.
hiking or whatever we're doing at any age. And I think we all have the great opportunity and responsibility to give back and make sure that we are continuing to support the resources that we look to enjoy, whether it's on the resort side, on the Western Slope side. And our engagement and our philosophy with community engagement really expands throughout every area that we touch. So we've got a lot of our staff that are on boards from Blue Ridge Community College, the Chamber of Commerce, to travelers associations. And I think it's like what we do on the slopes or do on the trails, is roll up your sleeves and get to work a little bit, but have fun along the way. It's been very important to me when I became general manager in 2014 that I kind of set the tone personally, but it's been incredible to see our team really be engaged there. I think it just adds purpose to the work. It adds a deeper level of connection for what we're doing. And I think it's good just from a commercial front. I think the more relationships you have, the better business is.
Sure.
Not only attracting new customers, which is great, and retaining them, but also from the employment side too. And that's important.
Most folks are not aware, unless they've had a chance to work for Great Eastern at some point or live there, of the environmental focus that you all have. And I know several years ago you began a big push towards solar and getting a lot of your energy from renewable sources. How is that going along? Are you at the point where you've got as much capacity as you think you need, or are you still planning to do more?
Always do more. There's always something to do, right? There's always a way to generate power in a more efficient basis, and solar is a great one. I think wind might be something that we'll do. But then you've got it on the the waste side, disposal. So we've got a good composting program that's in place, good agronomy program that's there. So we're trying to do a lot. I think it's the right thing to do. It's important, and I think it's a lot of fun, and it speaks to, I think, what are the priorities, not only for us as employees, but for our customers as well.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's been very impressive to see. And as someone who's just worked there part-time as an instructor over the last many winters, it's a good place to work. You guys take good care of your employees. You communicate extremely well.
Thank you.
I've really been impressed, and I enjoyed it.
Well, I appreciate that. I think like many organizations, we're a values-driven organization, and I think when we wake up in the morning, we're always asking ourselves 4 questions, and one of it's of course about the customer. It's got to start there. That's the engine. We think about our property and how we endure it in our company, but the employee, and really as shared employee owners, comes up in every conversation we have, and I think that manifests in ways that are big and small. Sometimes it can be in a larger decision for how we're doing career development programs, but it can be in small ones like benefits. We're really committed to it. We converted to 100% employee owned in 2015. At the end of the day, we're thinking about how do we grow our shares so that provides the retirement for our employees for tomorrow. So we try and balance it out. We try and make sure it's a good environment, that it's fun. To be honest, part of that's selfish. The better environment, the more fun it is for us all to work. And then that we honor our commitments. And that's really what this thoughtful growth is about, is making sure that we're not only taking care of our owners' experience, but we're also taking care of our employees for generations.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good place to work, good place to play.
Thanks.
Good community partner. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've really enjoyed chatting with you.
Me too.
It's been fun. Yep.
And no dirt involved this time.
No dirt involved. No gloves on. Thank you all for joining me as well. I appreciate you watching. Please stay tuned. Keep an eye out for our next episode. We'll have more good things coming.